What better situation than to have a Mountie and a cowboy come together?
Sometimes it takes the threat of a pastor to get you to maybe wear your heart on your sleeve a little more.
Episode 6 is a very emotionally driven episode, and the stakes are extremely high.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart Emotion Podcast. I'm thrilled to welcome back to the podcast Cindy Busby and Christopher Russell. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Good to be
Doing
back.
great.
How are
Yeah.
you?
I'm great. We're over the hurdle. I got your names right.
Oh, that's good. Took you a year, but I'm proud of you.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Wait, what did you say again?
I mixed it. I called you
Oh, yeah,
Cindy
yeah.
Russell.
Cindy Russell and Chris Busby. I don't
But
know.
I also got his name. It took us how many takes? Two or three the first time. And it's only happened with him. It does. I mean,
I love it.
yeah.
And then somehow we ended up, I was called Krusty and we just left it there and moved on.
It's your new
Wow.
nickname.
But you know what? What a monumental moment. And here we are talking about it.
We'll go with it. Hey, I'm so excited. We just finished watching episode 5 last night. Some of us saw it a
Yeah.
few days earlier on PureFlix. So much to talk about. And like when we're talking about relationships, either like there's some major turning points and things happening with lots of different things in episode 5. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, we're getting to the end, and so a lot of things are unraveling here.
Yeah.
We're coming together. I don't know however you want to see it.
Before we dig into episode 5, I want to go back because it's very evident from the both of you and the interviews that you've done and the way that you really talk about this show that this is a series you're both very happy to be a part of.
Yeah.
So I haven't talked to you since this season has started. Make it up if you want, but what was it like when you found out, hey, we're renewed, we get to come back for another season?
I mean, it was obviously like utter excitement and joy and happiness. And Chris and I had heard that it was going to happen for like I'm going to say like 3 or 4 months. And so I think when we finally got the word, we were like, okay, let's just do it already, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
It's like we're
Um,
going again, nothing official, but we
Yeah.
yeah.
we most likely are maybe sort of, we might we're not sure.
Yeah, but like we'll
What?
find out in 2 weeks or we'll find out in a month, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you know, there's
Well,
so many moving pieces behind the
Oh,
scenes,
yeah.
and
yeah.
I feel like if Chris and I had like if we were those people who like came onto Instagram and were like, "Hey guys, it's looking good," we would have literally done that like every 2 to 3 weeks for
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be so hard to keep the secret though, when you're like, we know, but we can't. And
And most of all, it's hard because it's like being an actor, first of all, is hard because you kind of get attached to things, but you also like feel like you can't fully get attached because there's so much heartbreak in the industry of like things not going your way or things getting picked up and then not go. So, you know, when you've been in the industry as long as Chris and I have, like we've learned to kind of like, get excited, but also like protect our hearts from things. But
Yeah. It's
especially with
that
this one
whole,
because we love it
yeah.
so much.
It's that sort of, hope for the best, but plan
you
for the,
know it's going to happen, but until your feet are in Brookfield, right?
Literally,
yeah,
yes,
I think, and
absolutely.
for me, that was the difference this year too, because the first season I was on, I want to call it the first season, but it's not, it's the second season.
Yeah.
So the second season, which was my first season, Cindy's first season, for those of you that don't know, um, I, for the first couple weeks, I was just sort of in and out, and it was very like quick. Whereas this year I got there a couple weeks early. We got to have like a table read with the whole cast and
Yeah.
the director and producers and writers and everybody was there, and it was just a lot more of it kind of just felt like, yeah, this is what we do. This is how it is. This is our work family, and
Yeah.
it's very, very, very familiar
Very
and just
comfortable.
yeah, like just really good.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
none of that. Is this gonna work? Uh, do we have this figured out? Are we doing this right? It was just like, no, this is
Yeah.
this is what we do now. Because it was everyone pretty much, except for a few departments, were the same as the year before, right? We had the same
Yeah.
director of photography. The director for the first two episodes was the same director who did the last two episodes of season two. So it was all, there's a lot of continuity there. It's just really good. It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Cindy, you've done like the table read type thing when you were on Heartland, and I know other shows like this, they don't necessarily do this. So when you say table read, like what do you mean exactly about that?
Well, there weren't as many people like physically present when we did the table read, but we, sat around the table. We had the director, Don McCutcheon, and then we had some of the producers, and then myself, Chris, Sarah was there. Was it just me, you, and Sarah, Chris? I can't fully remember.
Actually, I think so. Everyone else was
Yeah,
on Zoom, but
everyone else was on Zoom, and there's a couple people missing because they were,
Yeah, other
doing other
projects or
things
whatever.
or they
Yeah.
were away or whatever. But typically you would be in person and everyone would get to read, and then one person reads the stage directions and all. And I think did Alfonso read the stage directions?
yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah, which is fun because like he knows
Yeah.
it so well, and there's a lot to read. So for him, it was like a really big job.
But it
That's
was just really nice to have that, right? And have everyone there,
Yeah,
whether in person or on Zoom, to kind of get that and to be familiar with everyone is
yeah,
yeah,
is the point I'm trying to hammer home. Because on other projects, it's the first time you're meeting everyone when you
yeah.
do a table read, usually. But this
yeah.
time, like we're all,
Everyone was just back, and it was just like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. I was like hugging the screen for those who were on Zoom. I was like, I can't wait to see you. Like it was so great.
So aside from like just, you're familiar with the cast, the process, Brookfield, all of that. At the end of this season now, what would you say are some of those big differences having done this now for season three compared to season two?
Creatively, I feel like we were able to, I don't know if deeper is the right word, but we were certainly able to expand and explore and yeah, I guess go deeper with the emotional um sort of I don't want to say stakes, but just sort of where everything's coming from. Who are these people? We got to know each other better as the characters got to know each other better, but the audience gets to know you better and find out
Mhm.
more about you. Like where is this coming from that makes these people the way they are, right? So our backstories were explained a little bit better, but also the current relationships we're developing in Brookfield were expanded and I mean, maybe took a detour for some of us, or
Yeah.
yeah, things like that.
Yeah,
Um,
and there's a deeper connection too that's built like among the characters, like especially for Chris and I's characters, for Nora and Michael, they were new in town. So like they're getting to know the main people of Brookfield while the audience is getting to know them, and then just getting to know them on a deeper level, and as far as like behind the scenes goes, like there's just a sense of, for myself, like a sense of attachment to everyone we get to work with. Like Chris mentioned, like most of the crew was back again from last year. So like I was just excited to see them as I was to see the cast. And at the end of season three, like Chris and I are just like I'll never forget. Chris was like, I'm like packing up and I'm leaving and I'm going in the car back to Toronto or whatever. And he was like, I may or may not have shed a couple tears. And I was like, me too. And I'm like, it's like such a part of your life. It's such a, and you grow so attached to the character you get to convey while also being attached to the people that you're working for, working for or working with. And then also like having that feeling of like can't wait to go home, but also like not wanting to leave this like perfect work environment because nothing is guaranteed, and you're like, is this the last time I ever step onto Brookfield? Like I really hope not. And it's a very big bag of mixed
Oh yeah.
emotions for me, that's for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, because I mean, some shows you just can't wait
Wait to leave.
for it to be over, and then
Not
you
really,
find
that doesn't happen
yourself.
often, but it
No,
does.
not often,
Yeah,
but
but it has.
also there's somewhere not I don't want to say impartial, but it's just like yeah, that's a thing I did. Moving on.
It was a
Yeah,
job.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
totally.
this has that sort of unfinished business aspect to it. Like, no, 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 this can't be done yet. We haven't
Yeah.
even got started.
Yeah.
Like, you
Totally,
know?
totally.
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
feels for me.
And we
Yeah,
just have to figure out how to get more episodes. I know you keep saying it, we keep saying it. We just have to figure that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll figure itself out.
Yeah, it'll take care of itself. So
Yeah.
you get the first scripts. We find out there's going to be a little bit of a hiccup. There's been a few hiccups, but this new hiccup of Pastor Josh Daniels is going to be joining Brookfield. So what are your reactions when you find out, oh, there's going to be this third person involved in this dynamic this season? Because we know Alfonso loves a good triangle, so guess what? You
I
guys
mean,
got
Yeah.
it.
any good showrunner loves a triangle. Like I'll never forget Dawson's Creek, one of my favorite triangles ever. Um, I mean, my reaction was like, a little bit of curiosity about like, okay, where is this headed? And also like not totally surprised in that you want to keep things interesting. And obviously to have your two leads get together right away is it's not realistic in that you want that slow burn. You want, and also and at that point I didn't know Simon who plays Joshua and you're like, what's this guy gonna be like, this actor, you know? And then also being like, wait a minute, like, no, like I want her to be with Michael, like, like that kind of thing. So it's like it's a bag of things.
Yeah, I thought, oh, I really hope Cindy has zero chemistry with this Simon guy because I don't want the storyline to shift in a different direction here. And then, but he is, unfortunately, he's a good actor and he's a great actor. So
Yeah.
it's
And
kind of
they have
hard
a
not to
little bit of
like him.
chemistry.
Yeah. But it's
Sure.
good. I think it really I think it's as far as story goes, I think it's important to the story and yeah.
And also, Cindy, you've mentioned before, and so I'm quoting you, well, paraphrasing. Sometimes the characters need or people need that sort of sense of urgency to
Mm,
to to say how they feel and to,
yeah.
take that risk um with furthering a relationship, right? Because like if you get comfortable in the sort of friend zone and you don't want to rock the boat or anything, even though you would like more than that, sometimes it takes the threat of a pastor to to get you to maybe wear your heart on your sleeve a little more.
Yeah, and even the storyline that we saw in episode 4 of Reynolds and
Just Justine.
Justine, yeah, their storyline of them meeting and he's always been on Michael's back of like you can't fall in love as a Mountie and then all of a sudden he's falling in love and like it's a really interesting dynamic that I think the audience needs to see that again helps propel Nora and Michael's story forward.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's interesting you brought that up because yeah, Trevor and I, our characters, Jim and Michael, sort of in a way helped each other um gr like grow as men in a way to sort of
Mm-hmm.
like pursue the relationships and look at the world with a different perspective. Like it's not just the job. We're also people and
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
these feelings that we can't ignore. And then so I was kind of jokingly guiding Jim in that direction, but at the same time seeing him have that shift. And then as he's shifting and he's making these comments about understanding women in a different way, then I'm starting to see it with Nora. And it's like we kind of helped each other without realizing it, I think, Jim and I.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a great moment in episode 4 because, we get to see Nora with the kids. They're playing baseball, the pastor's there. It really is a neat moment. But like you said, Chris, it's also a great moment for Michael to realize like what's happening here. And I might need to make a move at this point. So can you guys talk
Yeah.
about that scene? Because there were a lot of things happening in that scene which were really fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, the kid, I mean, I love how this season they've really given kind of each kid a little like
Hmm.
story of their background and where they've come from, like with the gratitude rock and then the home run and even with Rufus, like with with the
Charlotte.
Charlotte, thank you.
Charlotte.
I have
Yeah.
so many names in my brain. That's the thing about being in an
That
ensemble
happens to
cast.
me
You're
on
like,
these
how
things.
many?
Yeah, I forget everything
And
all of a sudden.
Charlotte with Rufus and helping her like walk up the stairs, etc. And so I really loved this idea and then everyone coming together and playing a sport and talking about something of the time like Babe Ruth, which is super fun and then seeing Nora have a great time and seeing Joshua connect with the children as she's also connecting with the children and it really creates that like family atmosphere and then Michael walks in and then you're like, oh my gosh, this guy that I'm actually really into. You kind of like have your bubble burst sort of
Yeah.
thing. I think it was a very important scene for Michael and Nora, which then helps, episode 5 kind of transpire.
That and also too when I meet uh Joshua in the general store for the first time, not
Mhm.
knowing that he's been
Hmm.
hanging out with Nora.
Yeah,
We get
just
along. We're connecting, like you said, Babe Ruth. We're connecting over Babe Ruth. You know about
Mhm.
the home run record. You know how many times I had to say that? Try saying that 3 times
Home
fast.
run record.
Home run record. Home run record. Home run record. Yeah. And then, but yeah, connecting over that. And, Joe's like, oh, we should all play sometime. I love a good game. It's like when you really look at that writing, he's really setting it up,
Oh yeah.
Alfonso. Like he's
Oh
there's
really
yeah.
so
setting
many
it
great
up because by
moments.
the end
Yeah.
of it, there is the game, right? But it's not just the game that the kids are playing. It's the game of life. It's the
The game of love.
game of love. But also too, it also shows that Michael and Joshua under normal circumstances would be pals,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's probably why, there's something there with this with the same gal, right? Part of that, partly. So
Yeah.
it's enough that we get to episode 5 and Michael decides he's going to have this serious conversation
Mhm.
with Nora. We get the classic trope, a few interruptions, right? Debbie's pastries, then I love though that in the hotel restaurant that it's Nora who like Michael's about ready to eat, like he's deferring it a little bit longer, and
Yeah.
Nora's like, no, we're having this conversation now, which was really fun for us to see as well. So Nora
Super
taking the
cute.
reins.
Yeah, yeah, totally. It was a very sweet scene. And I think, I don't know, for myself, when we shot that scene together, when we go into the cabin and we have the conversation, I I was kind of nervous about that scene. I don't really know why, except that it was such an important scene. And I think like as Cindy, I was like, I really want this scene to like be amazing and awkward and powerful and touching and all those things. While also being like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Like you never know how things are gonna happen. But I think it worked out really well. And I don't know. I felt like we both kind of felt that way. And also the scene like changed a lot. Like in the script, like it was supposed to be one way and then it changed and then it changed again and then it changed again. So there's a lot of like rewrites with that scene, which I think in the end really worked out well.
Hmm.
You want
Yeah.
to add?
I um I feel like episode 5 and 6, which we won't talk about six,
Yeah.
uh I was nervous about both of those. Like the first
Yeah.
4 episodes was like, I got this. I get
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. But 5 and 6, there's a lot on the line. There's a lot shifting that
Yeah.
really changes the direction of the storylines for our characters, but also it felt so important to do it right. And
Yeah.
So did
yeah,
you
I
guys
guess that's
talk
all I'll
about it
say.
like that Mountie office abandoned scene? I mean, I have it here in my questions. It was for us an important scene. So did you talk about like how are we going to deliver this? Because this is kind of one of those like turning point moments for the two of them. Or did
Uh,
you just deliver it? I mean, you guys trust each other so much, so
I
yeah.
think didn't you not kind of we talk about all the scripts before we start shooting them, like what do you think of this?
Yeah.
How do you feel
mhm.
Yeah.
about that? Do you think we should change this?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, yeah, we definitely would have talked about it. I can't remember what
It's
we
been a while.
talked about it. Just that
Yeah,
it
I don't remember either, except that I feel like there's been other scenes like the one where you bring me the cookies in episode 2 and that like we have more conversations about those scenes, but this one I feel like as far as how important it was, there wasn't as much conversation. And I think in the end that was a good thing be other than like just like, hey, how do you feel about this? Or like, does this make sense to you kind of thing. I think in a lot of ways it was better that we didn't like go deep into it because of the
yeah.
discovery in the scene for kind of both characters actually, because Michael doesn't really know how he's gonna blurt this out. It's very uncomfortable. And for Nora, she's like, what is this? And then she finds out and it's like, oh my gosh, like this man that she loves and respects and looks up to and just like doesn't know in this way is now seeing him in a completely different manner. And it's like such an important, and then at that time again, in 1920, like for a man to like open up like that and all that, it's just like it's just a really important moment. It's really vulnerable I mean, it's vulnerable even nowadays, but back then even more so. So it's yeah, for me it was just the mystery of it in a lot of ways was quite special.
Well, and it wasn't just one thing. It was how he changed his profession, that
Yeah.
Valerie chick, and what she did to him. And then his feelings, what he's, starting to open up for Nora. So it was loaded with vulnerability, which I love that Nora follows it up with Valerie made a mistake. So
Big time.
Yeah.
I also love that Michael brought like a little flower in a vase. I don't know why it was so silly, but I just think that was like the cutest little touch. And I was reminded of that when I saw it and I was like, oh, that's so
Good lady.
sweet. It's in the details.
Yeah. But also too, like, because I didn't know that backstory until I got that script. Like when I
Yeah.
first got the part, all it said about Michael was that he was a latchkey kid that could connect with the orphans. So you can interpret that any way you want. Um, but so I was a latchkey kid with wealthy parents who didn't pay attention to me by the sounds of things, right? But they just wanted me to assimilate and be like them. So to walk away from, you know, wealth like that to pursue a a career that doesn't pay much and doesn't give you the greatest quality of life, but it's rewarding from a justice standpoint. It says a lot about Michael there too, right? So that was interesting for me to read
Mhm.
that, to know that,
Yeah.
um, and then to know, and it's also too like I was left at the altar because I wanted to become a Mountie. And now Nora is paying me attention and I am a Mountie. So she likes me for me and for what I want to do with my life, which is huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I love about this show is that we can take a very serious moment and on a dime, the comedy comes in. You mentioned the vase and the flower. And I have these moments, and I shared it with Neil and John, where I just, more than any show, I physically laugh out loud, really loud, not even quiet, really loudly. And the moment where he says, so that will only be a 1 day rental, right? And I'm thinking, and I'm never going to deliver that line like Neil, but I
No
laughed
one is, by the way.
so hard at Ronnie's line when
Uh,
when Michael returns that vase. I
I look, I've read the scripts, I'm in the show, and when I watch it, I laugh out loud. So I absolutely get it.
Yeah, so many of those with Neil, right? Like when earlier in the season, I think it's episode 2 when I'm having breakfast. And then she says it's on her.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
when Tess is like, oh, it's on me.
and he's
He,
like, no, 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 Michael doesn't accept free stuff. I'm like, well, I'll make exceptions.
yeah.
He
And
just
his
the look
face
on
is
his
like,
face.
he's just such a gem. Ah, I love him. I love Neil.
So we've got some great Sam and Ronnie, sharing the space this season. I know you guys, you play these two parts, but I know you're also fans of the show. So what's it like for you as fans of the show when you see these moments with like Sam and Ronnie and that storyline that's really developed this season? Because it's been really entertaining to watch.
I mean, I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like to be in a show with both of them is like, with everyone really is such a gift. Like, because I'm just a fan of everyone on the show. Like, genuinely, everyone is just, I've said it before, everyone is just so incredibly talented on screen and incredibly kind and genuine and grounded behind the camera. Like, it's just such a gift. But yeah, to get to watch, and that's the thing, is like we read the scripts, and if we're not in the scene itself or like in the background somehow, we never get to see those scenes getting shot and getting to see like what they did. And not even on some of those days, like we'll have the day off or whatever, because they're only shooting scenes at the hotel. And if you don't have scenes that
Yeah.
day, you have the day off. And so it's really nice to get to see it all come together, even Hannah, and her storyline and Tess and Maggie and Debbie, like even the Debbie, the sandwiches stuff when she comes in with the two sandwiches and she's like, I believe these are for you. And they're like, blah, blah, and it's just like, that was hilarious. And It's I feel really proud to be on a show that like I love my character and Nora and Michael's storyline, but I really love everybody else's storyline and what they're bringing to the table. And so it makes me really proud to be a part of something with them because they're everyone is just like 10 out of 10 and what a like a proud thing to be a part of.
Yeah, it's a great ensemble, and it just yeah, I find it very like I find them endearing, right?
Oh,
Like
it's
it
great.
just I think I mean, whatever. I love this show, so and I'm in it. So there you go. But
Double bonus.
Right? Like,
but I do, and I think that's what makes it work is because when I watch it, so I'm an audience member when I'm
Mhm.
not in the scene.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel something, right? I just feel kind of just good, you know? And you can't quite put your finger on it. So I say endearing. It's because the characters are endearing. They have qualities about them. And I think that's what's so important about the show is that they have those qualities that are like the best parts of us, you know, and the parts that we
Yeah.
wish we had more of in our life, maybe. And then to see it sort of spread out in different versions with different characters, it's just, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
the best. It just,
Even like Neil and what he does with Ronnie, like, it's funny because he comes at these moments and I feel like everyone does that. He comes at it from such a truthful perspective where he's just like his reaction is what a lot of us wish we could react in a moment of if we were met with something like that. And it just like reminds you of like, oh yeah, I've been there. And I just love that. Yeah. And like even like Maggie and Sam, like they're just so cute and loving and I feel like their chemistry is amazing. Every time I see them together, I'm like, oh, it was yeah, they're just like my heart blows up.
They hit a bit of a roadblock at the end of episode 5, a little bit of a roadblock. We also have Hannah is going to be making dinner, supposedly in episode 6. Can we talk about that? Wyatt also helps create this amazing moment for the gals in episode 5, which was
Yeah.
so great. Getting an opportunity to have all of the women come together for to help Hannah out. You guys did some great reels, kind of showcasing that, teasing that that was coming. So, what was it like being able to have that moment with all the gals?
Oh, it was so fun. I mean, it was an entire day of being in that cabin. I think they shot in that day they shot the clothes burning. Um and then the women together working overnight, etc. And it was just so fun. I think we were probably more annoying than anything else because we were just like having such a blast in between takes. And so, we're just like very excitable because we really like wanted to take this opportunity to enjoy this moment because it doesn't happen very often. I think I only had one scene with Lucy in the second season, right? So like just to get to have that was really special. But yeah, it's always nice when you get to work with different dynamics in an ensemble. Like even this season, I've had a lot more scenes with Debbie. That was great because last season I didn't really have a lot of scenes but yeah, it was so sweet. That whole Wyatt storyline with Hannah was very, very romantic and cute. And yeah, again, it's tough because some people are like, oh, I love Hannah and Wyatt together, and they're like so sweet and amazing, and they have like such a great chemistry, and their storyline has been so lovely. And Michael and Nora's is just like that really slow burn that I think people just get like they're like I can't wait for Nora and Michael to get there and you're like yeah but they'll get there but it's just how it goes.
But that's what makes it great. I mean, you've got all of
Exactly.
these different relationships,
Yeah, different
even not the
levels.
romantic ones that you're rooting for. And like you
Yeah.
guys said about the ensemble cast, there's no weakness in this cast. So
No.
I'm not tuning in and going, okay, I'm going to watch for 5 minutes and then go clean something in the kitchen and coming back. I'm in for the whole episode, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then also like with the ensemble, and you're talking about all the women of Brookfield coming together to help out, and Wyatt having facilitated that. Also, Wyatt and Michael
Yeah.
have sort of a progression in their relationship
Yeah.
in episode 5, which was really nice, right? But in the sort of two guys that aren't really going to say how they truly feel about something, but letting each other know, like, we're buddies, don't worry about
They
it.
knew, they knew.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
great moment where I think it kind of threw Wyatt off a little bit, and like, oh, Michael's got his back.
I mean, what better situation than to have a Mountie and a cowboy come together? I mean, excuse me. Hi, hi. I'll be here all night.
Mhm.
That's the only episode I felt short.
Well, it wasn't noticeable. I mean, you're right there.
Between you, Trevor, and Nick, like we got three very, very tall
Yeah.
men. Yeah.
Michael's got some big news at the end of the episode. Um, this is a big deal. But I think, I think we were kind of set up for it. Like the
Yeah.
potential was there.
Yeah.
Are you going to be
Yeah,
able to
totally.
tease
Especially
anything or just stay tuned? Are we going to get a resolution? What can you
For
tease
this news,
for episode 6? Yeah.
you'll definitely
in
get
one way or another.
a resolution.
He's either
They'll
leaving or he's
be
staying.
Yeah.
one way or another.
I
Um,
mean, I did just take over for Gabriel, so you never know.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to be bold and just say, this is where I'm staying. This is my home.
I will say this, episode 6, you might want to get those tissues out. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? It's there's some real
Throughout the
tugging moment.
episode.
There's some real tugging moments. Yeah, like even for me as an actor, that was as far as challenging goes. There was episode 3 that was challenging, with my old boss coming to town, but episode 6 is a very emotionally driven episode, and the stakes are extremely high.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some what's the word? Like
I don't
the
know. I don't want to give anything away. I'm letting you take this one.
He's letting you do it.
like he's like throwing me into yeah, you'll just there's a lot going on. Let's
I'm
just say.
also very intrigued by Tom Clay right now. I'm just going to say it,
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes.
you know?
And honestly,
So the
I am
yes
too.
affirms that I am okay to be intrigued.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even been really fun to watch, that dynamic that's going on there and like she's trying to figure it out and what's he up to and well played. Well played.
Yeah. Yeah. I also really love the Tess and Michael stuff
Mhm.
coming together. That's an interesting dynamic.
He's just he's just sitting there like, "Yep, that what she said."
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say anything.
Okay, Mountie action. Let's go back and you've got 5 episodes under your belt now that we've seen. You love the Mountie action. What are some of those moments that you've really enjoyed, doing this season? I mean, your buddy
Uh,
Trevor was back.
so I'm just talking about Mountie action now. I'm not talking about Mountie romance.
Define action.
Oh, here's a
Sorry.
little, here's a vase and a sandwich. Um,
I mean, we did touch hands once, so that's something.
yeah, I think you touched my shoulder too, and then I
Oh, that's
touched.
right. Hand, shoulder. Woo.
I mean, that's a lot for back then.
Truly. Yeah.
Oh, I love it all. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it when my horse isn't cooperating, but
That happened.
yeah.
Happen often.
That's okay though. Just some of it, we're on a narrow path and it's very specific where you got to land, and there's a lot of crew around and things going on. So sometimes Mick was his name, didn't really want to stay put. He just was like, there's too many people around. I don't know what this big flag over here. I'm gonna back up.
Horses can be finicky for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, they're horses. They can do whatever they want.
But when those scenes were going, when the horse was involved in the scene, when Mick was acting properly, I loved it. I loved riding up with Trevor, having our little chit chats while we're looking for the rustler or we're looking for the bandit. Or just riding across the meadow, like all that stuff. Tackling Jesse Hutch
Yeah.
and punching him in the face. He no, he was so into it. So we're like rolling around on the ground. It's really quick when you watch it,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
we did
Yeah.
that for like a whole 4 hours.
Yeah,
Half a
yeah,
day.
Yeah, we were like rolling around on that ground trying to get it right, because the timing's got to work with the horse and everything, and then Trevor coming up, but yeah, Jesse's like the perfect scene partner for something like that because he's like
yeah. He's such a great
he is
partner.
Jerry Huntsman when
Do we think
he's
he's
like,
gone? Is there any chance he can come back?
oh, there's always a chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I
great.
liked all that stuff. It's always fun to get a little more business about things, pulling the gun out and arresting people. Yeah, but to be honest with you, the only thing I dislike about the show is when it's -12 and I'm outside. Um,
Episode 5, there's a lot of cold breathing going on. I mean,
that
It was
whole
cold.
episode 5 and 6 was the coldest I've ever been on set in my life, probably. Yeah,
is there any
but
chance you guys could film sooner? I mean,
there is a chance.
Definitely a chance. Yeah.
good.
But I just want to make sure I'm not complaining
You're
because
not complaining. You guys were toughing it out. I never saw any sort of facial
um,
like I am uncomfortable right now.
Listen,
the
It
I
was
mean,
full
costume
on.
the
it's a
costume
human thing.
designer saved me anyway. He made me a vest where you can put all these. They're called hot
Hot,
shots or
yeah,
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
hot shots.
They're like hand
We
warmers.
call them hot hands in
Yeah,
Missouri.
hot hands,
Yeah,
but I
sorry.
could put like 20 down the front, 20 down the back,
So great.
and I put it under my uniform, so I was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the moral of the story? Anytime I'm on that set is
Yeah.
a pleasure,
Also,
regardless.
I really loved, Chris, I really loved your scenes with like the jail cell. Like you've had a lot of like people in there this season where you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
trying to get them to speak, and I can't remember the character's name, but like you're holding the watch and like you're trying to get them to talk. Like all of that kind of stuff is like I can imagine being very fun. Yeah, just to get to
Yeah.
exercise that side of things.
Yeah. This is Michael at work.
Yeah.
Some good maneuvering, but Nora had some good maneuvering too with the boss because, we think I'm like, girl, don't do it. Don't trust him. But she pulls one, and that was really enjoyable to watch her still have that lawyer in her to be able to pull that one off. So
Oh yeah. I mean, and honestly, like he was a very convincing person and actor and character. Um, Obviously I knew like the end of the script because I'd read it, but in the moment, you're like, you really are trying to find what it is, and to have her kind of second guess herself and not be sure, it would feel very confusing for her, and kind of feel like, have I lost my way in all of this, and uh yeah, that I really, gosh, I really love the scenes, those scenes. They were really fun to shoot. It was nice to kind of get to do that as an actor, to get to have scenes like that.
can you think right off the top of your head? I mean, and maybe it is episode 6, so I won't ask you to give anything away. Is there a scene that you're like, because I mean, I would think you guys are always like wanting to just push yourselves a little bit more, challenge yourselves as actors to grow in that. Was there a scene this season that was like, man, this is a little bit more challenging for me. Like I need to push myself a little bit here. Does that happen? You
It
Oh,
guys,
can, but you know what? My answer to that is it doesn't, it's not challenging if you're working with the right person.
mm,
Because like if you're working with the right person, all you got to do is listen and react
mm,
naturally. Just
mhm.
listen and react because they're going to
Yeah,
give you everything you need, right? So when you have the privilege of being across from someone like that, then scenes that would definitely be a huge challenge if you were working opposite someone where it's sort of like it's just a performance, but you don't feel it for real on the in person. Does that make sense? Like
yeah,
you don't necessarily believe it in real life, but you'll believe it on the screen. But when you can believe what they're saying to you in real life, even though you're making a show and it's a story and what have you, but when you just have to listen and react, then it's like challenging scenes just become the difficulty becomes actually feeling perhaps sad afterwards because the
yeah,
scene was sad, right?
yeah.
And now I actually feel sad and I'm
oh,
at work and I'm upset.
yeah. I would say that the scenes that I wouldn't say most challenged by, but I would, yeah, that I'm the most. Uh, Chris is about to get beamed up. Um,
Happened last time too.
yeah. Um,
Sorry.
no, I would say the ones that I not necessarily challenged by, but that I'm the most scared of, are typically the ones where there's an emotional like experience for me that I'm kind of not, I don't want to say that I'm scared of, but I'm scared to not get there as an actor. And typically that's never the case. Like those are the scenes where it's like everything it just shows up like that scene where Chris and I were on the bench outside of the jail cell in episode 3. Like I loved that scene. Like I thought it was such a beautiful scene between, he and and then but like to the point where and I this is like too much information, but I've had sound guys come up to me and be like, "Hey Cindy, we can hear your heart beating. So do like is there and I'm like and I just look at that and I'm like, when I get emotional, my heart starts pounding, and that happens to me all the time on set. If I'm emotionally involved, like I'm nervous, I get I literally physically get a reaction to it because my body doesn't know any different. My brain knows that I'm just an actor doing this thing, but my body's like in it. And
Right.
I've had them tell me that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. And they're like, okay, yeah. And then they'll like go and like change something and those are the moments where I get excited and like what Chris said, like I'll walk away being like, oh my gosh, like what happened? Or you almost like black out or you feel sad. Like there's a scene in episode 6 actually that I had with the children that I walked away that it was like then lunch, like after we were done that scene. And I got into the van and I literally like couldn't speak because I was about to just burst into tears because it was a very emotionally charged scene. And then I just went to my trailer and I just like got it out because it just like wanted to come out. And then I was like, okay, I'm good now. Thank you. And I had Sue's there to be my emotional support being, so that was good.
But it's got to be awesome knowing that, you're so invested in it, but at the same time, the people that you're working opposite of, you trust so much that you can
Oh,
get to that level of vulnerability and just be all in.
yeah, I mean, that's literally, I've said it 1,000 times, so that's why I love working with Chris. Is like, I know that no matter what, like, it's even like unspoken, is we always understand like the energy that the other person needs. Like, because that's not always, like, we know how to read the room, so to speak,
Yeah.
and that's not always the case when you work. Like, some people are just so involved in what they're doing, which is like fine. But then in those moments, I have to go remove myself so that I can just stay in my state of mind. But with Chris, like we'll just hold each other's space and like not try to like fill it with anything. And I think that that's like a really like a true gift when you get to work with someone like that.
Yeah, because like exactly, I was thinking that while you're before you said it. Those scenes only work if you're like you can still push past it, but they work a lot better if you're with someone, like you said, can read the room. What is this? Not just what does this scene need? What kind of energy do I need for the scene? But what does this time in this area need when they're setting up the cameras, when we're waiting
Exactly.
15 minutes to turn around? Like, should I be cracking jokes and talking a lot and, showing people like stupid songs, or should I maybe be quiet and, you know, just like keep that calm because do you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing, right? But then if it's a fun scene where it's supposed to be silly and everyone's laughing, then fine. But
Yeah.
it's just that, yeah, like Cindy said, we just naturally can intuit what do we need right now
Yeah.
without having to have a talk about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You've given us some good hints on episode 6. Without
Yeah.
giving anything away, what do you hope fans are feeling in those final moments of the season?
Oh, what do I
He's
hope
going
they're
to defer
feeling?
to you again. Come on, Chris.
Chris. Chris.
Well, I hope they're feeling uh I hope they're
Without giving anything away.
I hope they're feeling like they can't wait for the next season.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Literally.
That's good,
Yeah.
though. That's good.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't want them to feel, yeah, I can't actually say anything. I just hope they're
They're
feeling
going to
like
feel, right? Clearly, they're going to feel. They're
Oh,
going to
there's
feel.
going to be so much feeling.
Yeah.
if they care about the show and the characters, yeah, this episode's gonna get you.
Absolutely.
If you could say one thing to fans who've been invested in Nora and Michael's journey, what would it be?
I would say trust in the process.
Yeah. Hang in there.
Hmm.
That's
Outside
two
of
words. That's
Nora,
three
that's good.
words.
That's good. outside of
Two
Nora and
words,
Michael's
hang in your
story,
hat.
what other storyline are you really excited for fans to see in the finale? And I know you love the whole episode, but
Yeah,
Sam
we
and
love
I
Maggie.
want them to
Sam and
see
Maggie.
Sam
this.
and Maggie. Sam and Maggie.
Yeah,
I mean, he did turn around and walk away in
that's
episode
okay.
5, so
I know, but
It's
still.
Sam and
but
Maggie.
he
Don't
has
worry
some
about it.
words he needs to say that he needs to get off of his chest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how
Maybe a little
exciting.
less hair gel.
A little Sergio.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
Yeah, they're so
Okay.
cute.
Well, I'm so excited to see the finale. I want to remind everybody that they can watch it this Thursday night on PureFlix. You can watch it Thursday morning on PureFlix. Forget about
Yeah.
night. Go watch it
It's
at
streaming.
midnight.
You can watch it at
You
like, I don't
can
know,
watch.
2 a.m. probably.
And then we've got Great American Family on Sunday night, 8, 7 Central. And then G Fan Plus is out there as well. There's like 3 different ways to see it. And
And I would like to say that for the Canadian fans, it is officially available now. It's starting. It started a little bit later than Great American Family and Great American Pureflix. In Canada, it's on a super channel, Heart and Home. So for the
Yeah,
yay!
and
for
you can
Canadian
get
people.
that. For those of you that don't know, you can go onto Prime Video and you can get the channel that way. It's really easy.
Yeah,
Super easy. That's how I stream a lot of my stuff through Prime. So
yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
amazing.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for joining me. I know you've got a whole lot going on out there, so thanks for taking the time. It's been such a fun season to watch and crossing our fingers for 4 already. So
Fingers, toes, legs, the whole thing. Yeah, thanks for having us. It's always so fun to get to chat with you. And, we know that you're such a fan and a supporter and a lover of all things
all the
in the
things.
world. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. We really
Yeah, I really
appreciate
appreciate it.
it. Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Enjoy episode 6.